Hello and welcome to the channel. This is our inaugural video and I am so excited to share this experience with you. My channel is all about sharing my process as a new beginning videographer. This first video is about how I really got into videography financially. I was able to get a decent amount of money, $250 for my birthday, and I was looking at Facebook. One of my friends posted a very good looking video and I just had to see what the camera was on the video. I saw it was the Sony ZV-E10. It was not yet in my budget because I had planned it to be about $800 to get the camera and the lens. However, I was up late at night one time and I just threw out some offers. Some people had it for $750 and $800 on Facebook Marketplace. I just said, could you take $500 for it? Because I wasn't in a rush. And I was extremely surprised to wake up the next morning to see both people said that they could take $500 for it. So the camera that you were looking at me through right now is the Sony ZV-E10 that I picked up 2 hours in 2 states away from me. And that is the first best advice I can give you, is to look for deals on Facebook Marketplace. Look for the cameras or whatever equipment that you want and send out an offer. A lot of times people will have things on Facebook Marketplace for months and months at a time and we won't even know when they posted it. And honestly, they just want to make money to sell it. And they may even forget they have it there. If you send them an offer, the worst they can say is no. Send them an offer and maybe it'll be great. One of the kind of ranges I try to hit is sending an offer that would be the equivalent of somewhere between 25% and 40% off for me. So for this camera, it was about $798. About 40% off was $500, or I think that's like 35% off. And that's the deal I was able to get along with the kit lens. Speaking of the kit lens, that's not the ideal lens I wanted to use right now. You're seeing a lens that I actually got off of Surprise Facebook Marketplace using the same strategy that I just told you. But I did use the kit lens as much as I could when I was learning the camera until I was able to get another lens. I think a big thing that stops people from actually seeing the products they really need is they wait until they have everything. I think if you have enough to shoot a photograph or to do video, just start working with whatever you have. It'll, one, help you get better. It'll get you in a habit of producing and learning so you're not just wasting money on something you'll never touch. But also it will show you more specifically what you really need, because you may have seen on YouTube or on a blog, like if you want this type of photography, you need this, but maybe you realize you hate shooting that type of photography and you actually want to focus on street photography as opposed to weddings. And maybe you don't want to, you're tired of watching people kiss each other and you want to see some cars or something like that. So that's a big thing I would say. Moving forward, when you're trying to find a great deal outside of just looking at Facebook Marketplace and sending out kind of a blind offer, look for things that were excellent 2 or 3 years ago. Look for the best beginner cameras 2 or 3 years ago. Look for the best beginner gimbals 2 or 3 years ago. Whatever it was, a lot of the top things 2 or 3 years ago will now be sold on places like eBay, which is a lot safer than Facebook Marketplace because you don't have to interact face to face. And they, from what I understand, they do guarantee that you're supposed to get the product that they say, whereas Facebook Marketplace is not really as in control of that. And also, by the way, if you do Facebook Marketplace, I suggest you go with a friend just to make sure you're okay and make sure you meet in a public space and do all your interactions in Facebook Marketplace, not necessarily having someone send you like a message request, because that's probably a scammer. But look for things 2 or 3 years ago that were really good for beginners, and those things are likely going to be about 40% off now, and they're still going to be really good. They may not be 2023, 2024 quality, but things that were amazing in 2020 and 2021 are still going to be amazing today and 40% off. All of the stuff I have is secondhand, and I just bought a gimbal that's about 60% off of its retail price. And the thing is, cameras, video, film is expensive, as I am learning every day. And if you buy stuff that was meant for beginners this year, it's going to be expensive still. But if you look 2 or 3 years ago, that will actually really help you. Another thing that can help a lot is to, if you want Sony's, maybe sign up for Sony's email list or Best Buy's email list, or if you have a Costco card or some wholesaler, sign up for those email lists. And you're going to be looking for deals on technology, and you're also going to be looking for deals during hot periods such as Black Friday, such as when the seasons change, like it's becoming spring and they have to get rid of old inventory. You will be able to find a lot of deals off during those time periods. And if you're on the email list, maybe use your junk email so it doesn't bother you. But if you're on those email lists, you can probably get some really good deals from that. That's a good idea. But even more importantly, network. Get in associations or groups or whatever it is in your local place, maybe in your state, in your region, whatever it is, and see if you can get to know people who are actually doing what you want to do. Not only will that help you a lot knowledge-wise, but they'll also have resources. They'll know where you can get lenses for cheap. They'll know where you can get the best tripods, or they'll have stuff that they've just been holding since they were new 5 years ago, and they'll be more than happy to help you because they know that, you know, they've gotten to see you and that you care. So networking is a great way to not only learn, but get good insight as to how you can get into videography, photography for a low cost. The next biggest thing that I suggest you look at when it comes to finding cheap camera gear are third-party sellers such as Amazon and B&H ampersand H Photography. Places like these will not only offer new cameras, but they'll also offer used cameras at a good, steep, discounted rate that are actually certified and looked over, or they'll give you more specific details as to what is wrong with that camera, more so than maybe someone on Facebook Marketplace would, as well as the opportunity to return the item if you do not like it. So B&H Photography, Amazon, I'll have my Amazon links in the bottom of this description for some of the stuff I looked at on Amazon. Those are great third-party things. The last big gem that I want you guys to know of, this is one that I had not heard of on the internet. I actually figured it out on my own. Apple, if you guys are getting editing software and you want to get into editing, Apple's Final Cut Pro X has a steep discount, but it's not obvious. You have to get the education package. The way I found this was I just typed in Apple Final Cut Pro discount into Google, and I learned that Final Cut Pro is a one-time fee, $299, and Motion is an add-on to Final Cut Pro, I believe, that also costs a lot of money. Logic Pro costs a lot of money by itself. However, you can get Final Cut Logic Pro, which is like the Beats version, or for those who have used GarageBand, higher level of GarageBand is Logic Pro, just like a higher level of iMovie, a professional level of iMovie is Final Cut Pro. You can get all of these and two other add-ons, compression and main stage, I believe, for just $199. So instead of $299 for one of those, $199 for all five together, and that is the education package. Now, I have been a student, and technically I still am a student. That's my mindset. They did not see if you have a student email, a college email, or anything like that, but it is under the education package. So you guys can do with that what you want. I did get my bundle for $199, and when you order it, it will take 1 to 3 business days to send you the emails for the codes. So that's normal, but that is a great way to save a lot of money if you do have a Mac and you want to edit. That is all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me on my first video, and I will be doing reviews moving forward, as well as showing my progress as a videographer and maybe even as a photographer moving forward. So please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button if you like the video. Send comments, and we're going to get to grow together. And I'm very excited for this journey. I'll see you in the next video.